Hi, Deanna Deacon here, and I am here to talk about negative body image and what it feels like, what it looks like, what it is, and I want to create some dialogue around it because this is something that has always plagued me, has always been a part of my life, even though I've always been a small, fit, active person. It's always been in my mind, and I shared a post today. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out after on Deanna Deacon Coaching or on my Instagram page. And it's created a lot of dialogue and conversation, and I want to continue that. I don't want it to stop with you just leaving a comment. I want us to actually have some conversation around this. So first of all, if you haven't seen the post, it's basically a picture of me in my bathing suit and just talking about how yesterday was terrible. Yesterday, I sunk so deep into my own self-loathing because of my body, because my body was softer than I wanted it to be. My words that I used at the time were fat and tubby, which is how I felt. That's exactly how I felt in my body. And it sucks because I know that I'm not fat and I know that I'm not tubby, and yet that's how I felt and what I saw within myself. That's what happened when I looked in the mirror. That's what happened when I looked down at my body. And that's, I know, what happens for so many of us, especially women. I know that men deal with this as well, but I can only speak from a woman's perspective. I have never worked with a client who did not have any sort of body image dysmorphia or challenge or frustration. It's just so deeply ingrained in us. And I want to bring some light. I'm going to share, I have my laptop right here. I'm going to share some of the comments that came in, both on Facebook and Instagram, because I want to bring some light to where all of us together as a collective can start to shift this. Now, I could not be speaking about this from yesterday's perspective. Who I was yesterday, the energetic vibration I was in yesterday sucked. It was low, it was bad, it was negative. And then today I was able to come through that. I was able to come out of it. And that's why I feel confident that I can have this conversation now. So I want you to comment in. If you're watching the replay, #replay. And if you're here with me live, comment in and just share with me, is this a conversation that you're interested in? Is this something that you deal with? Do you deal with this, whether on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, however often it comes up? Do you deal with this concept of, I don't love my body. I don't like how my body looks. Do you struggle with this? I'd love to hear that from you, because I also think it's very important for each of us to not be isolated in this. Like, we all are dealing with this from some point of view. Even those of us who may put photos online of themselves in a bikini doesn't mean that we don't have that same thought process going on behind the scenes. Okay? So comment in, share with me where you're at, how you're feeling. There's a couple comments that I really want to bring some light to, and I could just reply to the comment, but I feel like this is so much more powerful. So one of them, the comment is, most people would kill for your body. And while I know that this comment is coming from a place of love, and who left that comment, I do deeply love you, and I feel that love and admiration, admiration in terms of the body shape that's coming in. But what I want to bring light to is that, I believe, is at the core root of what most of us are feeling, is this concept of comparisonitis. And I experience this all the time. And this is what creates separation. When we compare our body to another body, whether it's someone that you see on a reality TV show, someone you see in a magazine, someone you see online, no matter who it is that you're comparing to, this is creating a state of separation from you to them. And it is creating the dialogue in your head of, I am not good enough because you are better than me. And if your body shape or your fitness level or your weight or whatever is what I want, I believe I'm not good enough until I have that. And that is really, really detrimental to our own self-love, self-joy, self-evolution, because we are allowing the image of our body, myself included, we're allowing the image of our body and that separateness from where we are not yet to cause us to stay away from our connection to the divine, to our true self, to our whole self, to the truth of who we are, which it doesn't matter what your body looks like. The truth of who you are is your soul and your essence and your light and your love. It is not how your body is shaped. It is not the DNA that you have within your body. It is not the way that your jeans or your bathing suit fit you. It is the light of who you are. That's who you are, not your body shape, not whether or not you've gained weight, not how big or small your booty is. Yes, we can have goals we're working towards. Yes, we can be healthy within our bodies and choose foods and exercises and activities that nourish us. But if it's plaguing you, especially if you experience this daily, please just receive all of this as much as you can. We need to stop comparing our bodies to others. We need to stop comparing our bodies to others. You and I live completely different lives. There's no reason that our bodies should even look similar. Do you guys get this? Can you pick up on this with me? Can you feel this right now? How harmful it is for us to be comparing each other. And like everything I'm saying to you right now, I'm saying this to myself at the exact same time. Please know I'm right here with you, going through this within my own body as well. As soon as we are able to bring love into ourselves for who we are right now, whether that's our financial status, whether that's our career status, whether that's yes or not, either we do or we do not have children, whether we're able to or we aren't able to, or we want them or we don't want them, the size of your body, the level of your fitness, like all of these things do not define who you are. If they are defining who you are, that's here and that's ego. That is your ego trying to keep you separate from everyone else. But the truth is, pretty much everybody else in your life can look at you and think like, damn, she look good. Damn, like she makes me feel good. Damn, I want more of her in my life. The majority of the people in your life are not judging you based on how your body looks. And if they are, it's coming from their own insecurity of trying to compare themselves with you, which is how this is a full societal global experience of how we need to start shifting. Because if I can shift and you can shift, that means that our best friends can shift. That means our daughters can shift. That means that our community members can shift as well. And that's how we rise together. Okay? Comment in, let me know what's coming up for you, what you're feeling. I would love it if you have any questions or anything that we want to just have some dialogue further on. Joanne shared, I did 3 rounds of fertility treatment and was able to become a mom. I love my body. It's so amazing. Amazing. I love that, Joanne. Thank you for sharing that. And if someone has done 3 rounds of fertility treatment and is not physically birthing a baby, you can still love your body. You are still a miracle. You are still this incredible, amazing, beautiful goddess. Whether or not you can bear a child, whether or not you can birth a child, whether or not you want to, please know that these external factors do not define who you are. It's about loving who you are from the inside out as much as possible. And that's what brings us deeper and deeper into the truth of who we are and the purpose that our soul is here for. I'm very happy for you, Joanne. Emma, yes, all kinds of different aspects. Sometimes I love my body. Other times I feel ashamed or wish it to be different. Emma, I can totally relate to that. Yesterday, as I shared in my post, I was holding parts of my body and I was trying to like will it. Why aren't you smaller? Why aren't you how I want you to be? And I mean, I told you I went dark yesterday. And this is me. I actually mentioned it to my husband, Luke, and he was so incredible. He said, what are you comparing to? Who are you comparing to? Why do you have this belief that you don't look good enough? What is it that you're comparing to? And I was so dark in my own self-loathing that I couldn't be truthful with him. And I was like, I'm not comparing to anybody. I just, all these things, because I knew what he was trying to do. But it was incredible that that's how he showed up, because it's true. If I feel less than, I am comparing to something else. Even if it's a version of myself, even if it's me 5 years ago, I am comparing. And remember, comparison is what keeps us separate and pulls us away from the truth of who we are, this beautiful essence, this love and light. Fuck, this is a big topic. There's like one teeny tiny piece of it. Oh, Leanne, hello, beautiful woman to you as well. Hi, Roberta. Hi, Taylor. Taylor says, oh, I love that Luke is that person for you. Yeah, me too. Thank you. Okay, so I want to read a couple other comments that are here from my Facebook post. Oh, this one. This was so beautiful. So I've been feeling this way lately in relation to feeling that like of body. Then I remind myself that I'm on track. I'm eating healthier and I'm out running and exercising more. It will come in time. In the meantime, I'll enjoy what my body is capable of. This, I think, is the way we need to every single day remind ourselves that this is where we're at. This is how we need to be thinking. This is the way we need to step into this, because it's important to have goals. And I think it's really valuable for us to choose to be healthy in our bodies. I don't think if you are feeling very overweight and lethargic and your joints hurt and you don't have the flexibility you desire, then yes, I think that you need to create change. But not because you need to fit into a different dress size, not because you need to look a different way to receive affection from your partner. Not at all. I think that it's about keeping your body healthy, because your body is this vehicle for your soul to be here. Your body is this vehicle for your love and your light to shine. And so every single day, I think we need to look at what are the choices that I'm making for the nourishment and the well-being of myself, which is your body, your mind, your energetic being, the wholeness of who you are. What choices am I making that allow me to feel good? For me, when I eat crap, I don't feel good. Maybe for the first few minutes when I'm downing those cookies, it feels great. Afterwards, I feel sluggish. I feel lethargic. I wake up and I snooze through my alarm, and I'm aware of that. It's not about having the guilt around it. It's just the awareness. And so from this comment, I remind myself that I'm on track. I'm eating healthier. I'm out running and exercising more. That is, I almost got that mosquito with my clap. That is perfect. Keep focusing on the incredible, amazing things that you're doing for yourself. Let that be your focal point instead of how much further you have to go or how much weight you want to lose or why your pants don't fit or whatever else, whatever that dialogue is in your head. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, and focus on what you are doing and the empowerment choices you're making for yourself. Being an empowered woman doesn't mean you don't deal with this crap. Being an empowered woman means you acknowledge it and you choose to work through that. You choose to move through that. You choose to come back to love in whatever way you know how to. Taylor says, hey dude, I just got Invisalign, so it's like unintentional diet. So we will see how this goes. I'm also a little on the fence about how my mouth looks and how my voice sounds lispy. Awesome that you got Invisalign. Love it. This is another part of it. And trust me, I've had to work through so much of this from doing so much freaking video work. I currently have this, I know I've got this zit on my face. I've got no makeup on. I'm all red because I just taught belly fit. But I don't care anymore. There are times that I care, but I have done so much work to just allow myself to accept who I am. And I know that in my acceptance of myself, you are more likely to accept me. You are more likely to see beauty in me when I can see beauty in myself. And it goes both ways for all of us. Whether or not you're doing video work, whether or not you're showing up publicly, that doesn't matter. The more love we feel from the inside out, the more others see that beauty and love within us. That doesn't mean that they can't see it yet if you don't have that self-love. It means the deeper you can allow yourself to experience it, the more fully those around you will really deeply notice it within you. When you're embodied, like think about this. Think about a woman that you've seen before who maybe has a very different body shape or body type than is your ideal type that you have in your head. And do you remember seeing her just like she was hot? She just exuded confidence. She was so sexy. She was so connected into her feminine. She looked incredible. And it was a totally different body type that you would normally feel drawn to for yourself. You were drawn to her not by how she looks, but by the energy she exudes, by the confidence she has, by the ability for her to be like, yeah, I feel great. I feel so good. That's what draws you in. And that's what draws everybody else in as well. It's never about how your body looks. It never is about how your body looks. It's about how you feel, which is pretty great because I think we've got a lot of control in that area when we start doing this work, when we start asking ourselves, why do I feel off today? Why am I allowing myself to have such negative self-talk? What is this about? Where is this stemming from? And when you start doing this type of work, that's when you start realizing, hang on. I'm done with this. I'm not interested in having this conversation anymore. Shut up. Ego out. Love in. Yeah? Roberta shares, I agree. My health is up and down, but I look at my body and say, hey, we made 2 beautiful boys and we need to keep going. Yes. And that's one of the things that I've heard. I don't remember who it was from, but scars and like stretch marks and cellulite and all these pieces are beautiful symbols of a life lived. They're symbols of a life lived. They're telling this story. Your body is this tapestry of your life. Every choice you've made shows up somewhere on your body. And if you think of it from that perspective, it's quite incredible. I want you to take a moment and think about this. What would your life be like if the size of your body didn't matter? What would your life be like if the size of your body didn't matter? Absolutely gone. Nothing. You put on a pair of jeans, they're either too tight, they're too loose, they fit perfect, all the ways, doesn't matter. Put on a bathing suit, you don't even look in the mirror because you know you look great. It doesn't matter what size, what shape your body is. Can you even fathom what that would be like for you? If you can, I want you to comment something in. Share with me what's something you can feel within that. What's something that would change in your life? I know for me, I would have so much more energy and space in my thoughts. If I could put on a pair of jeans and not even think twice about it, not even wonder like, oh, do they fit? Do they not fit? If that were gone, I would have so much more time and space in my thoughts, and I would have more energy because of that time and space. I'm not there yet. I'm still working on it. I still have all these stupid thoughts inside. They're less and less and less, which is amazing. But just envision, what is that energetic frequency? What is that vibration like where it doesn't matter the size of your body? Whatever you feel, whatever comes up, whatever you see in your mind, comment it in and share it with me. Because if you can see it or feel it, that means that somebody else can as well. And I want them to hear it from you. I want them to see those words come from you. Okay? So I want to share another comment. On Instagram, I shared this post as well. And one of the comments that came in was thank you, which that's probably one of my favorite comments that comes in from these types of posts. I tend to share these more vulnerable posts because I know that, look at how many comments and conversations it created. I know you're struggling with this to some degree as well. And the thank you is, I take it as thank you for your honesty and your authenticity. And that's what she says. I needed your honesty today to create that healthy dialogue within. It's so valuable for us to identify where the negative, unhealthy dialogue is so that we can instead choose healthy. You are not a bad person for feeling uncomfortable in your body. You're not doing life wrong. You're not different than pretty much majority of other women around. The difference occurs when you start identifying where that negative dialogue is coming from, why it's there, or at least that it's there, and then you choose the opposite. The only way to solve a problem or to fix something that doesn't feel right in your body is to identify that it's there and then choose again, choose again, choose again, choose again. Even if you have to choose again 25,000 times in one day. When you look in that mirror, or when you don't look in that mirror because you don't want to see it, stop. Shake your body, look in the mirror. Find something that you feel joy for, that you can love about your body. Find something that brings you into a state of gratitude. Anything that you can. Even if it's that, your nails are growing longer than they normally do, or that your ring fits really nice today. It doesn't matter what it is. Find something that you can come into gratitude for with your body. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes. I can't say that you're not going to have any of these negative thoughts anymore. However, it's going to help you move in that direction that you desire. So here's another one. This one's really big for me. This feels vulnerable to talk about. First, before I say this comment, I know that I'm small. Like, I know that I have a small body. I am very active. I'm very fit. I know that about myself. I know I'm not fat. I know I'm not tubby, even though those are the words that my ego wants to use. But that doesn't mean, I don't know the words to use this, to convey this properly. It's not the shape of my body that determines how I'm feeling inside. It's the ego thoughts that are coming from inside. So just because my body might be smaller than some, it doesn't mean that just because of the shape of my body that I don't have these, or that I've just already bypassed this. I haven't. You guys, this is social conditioning that has been like passed down from generation to generation of women feeling insignificant in their bodies, women comparing themselves. And yes, I've done a lot of work around it, and I will continue to probably for my entire life. But just because the shape of my body might be smaller than some doesn't mean that I don't have these thoughts. And so I know that there are people that see some of my posts and think like, oh, shut up. I even got one comment once where I made a post about love handles, and the comment back was, you don't have any. But the fact is, the physical outlook of my body doesn't matter. It's how I feel. It's what I see inside. Same as with you. You could be any shape or size and feel incredible and confident, and that's what comes across. Yeah? You guys getting this? So the comment that came in, she says, it's relatable. So the post that I shared is relatable. And for her, she says, but then I remind myself how many women look at me and wish they had my body. The body I could be so damn ungrateful for. This to me is like, that's me. I know that people have looked at my body and wanted aspects of it. I'm aware of that. And yet I still struggle with this. Because it's not just me. This is our whole collective view and belief of a woman's body. How many of us have considered or have gotten different types of surgery trying to change something? How many people do we see in magazines and on TV that have restructured their face in order to look perfect? There is no perfect. You already are your version of perfect. There's not a single other person in this world that looks like you. They might be similar, but they do not have the same look as you. And that's what makes you so beautiful and unique and incredible. And what's even more than that, from within comes your light. And that's what I'm drawn to. That's what I want to connect with. That's who I want to spend time with. It's who you are at your core, who you are in your heart. I don't give a shit if your bathing suit fits. Of course I want you to be healthy, but I don't care what it looks like. I want to love up on your light. I want to love up on who you truly are at your soul level. I want to know, what are your goals in life? What is your mission? What is your legacy? Why are you here? That's what I want. That's what I desire. In my book that's coming out in November, I have an entire chapter on this, and I did some research for it. I've got some quotes and some stats in there, and really just kind of dissecting why this is such a big deal, why so many of us struggle with this. And it's only it's my version of it. I'm sure you could read whole books on that, but I find this to be a really, really important topic, because if the size of your body didn't matter, just think about how much more confidence you would have to ask for what you want, to ask for the raise at work, to start that business that you want to start, to wear those skin tight leather pants with that, with that crop top and just feel incredible, to put the moves on your partner, keep the light on, let him see you in all your glory and actually feel confident about it. This is what I believe is possible. I don't think anytime soon. I believe that as each of us, all of you who are here watching this right now, every single one of you, you're receiving something from this. And I believe that in myself and sharing, this is how we heal. This is how we shift. This is how we change. This is how we grow. And that when one of us can grow and shift and change, that helps others do the same. #Rise Sister Rise. When I rise, you rise. When you rise, I rise, because we're in this together. We are consciously collective. We are this beautiful conscious collective of energy. And when you heal a component of your story, it helps me to heal that within myself as well. So when you're doing this healing work, when you're loving up on your body, you got your hands on your body, and you're saying, I love you. Thank you for everything that we've been through. Thank you for guiding me through this. Thank you. Thank you. When that's the energy that you're in, you're passing that energy down to your daughters, to your nieces, to your nephews, to your sons, to your neighbors' kids, to everybody in this world. You are passing that down. And I believe that we can create the change that we need to. And I think all of you know we need the change. It's time for the change. Taylor, I love these soapboxes. Yeah, I think I'm going to step off my soapbox. And maybe go have some food. Emma, I am challenging myself to not conform to social norms. People say you look so tanned and healthy. No tanning. Oops, it's an accent. Tanning doesn't equal healthy. I've been brainwashed to believe that, and then everyone else is fulfilling that prophecy. I'm consciously staying out of the sun for the rest of the summer. Incredible. So Emma, that's a really fascinating concept because it's not necessarily about our body shape, but it's still about our look. And I remember, I don't even remember what, it was maybe my health coach training, maybe before that, learning that in certain hot countries and cultures, to be really tanned is actually frowned upon because it means that you're working out in the fields. And those who are more pale are the ones that have more money and they don't have to be outside working. Therefore, they're more higher class. And then you come to North America and everybody wants to be more tanned because I think the belief is you have a more relaxed lifestyle. You have more time spending in the sun. You're relaxing. Therefore, you must be higher class in some way. It's a fascinating experience because it doesn't it changes per culture. And I think what you've done here, which I love, is come into a place of what is true for me. Being tan doesn't mean healthy. Being skinny doesn't mean healthy. If I don't know who you guys follow online, but I have come across a lot of accounts of women who are reversing their eating disorders. And a lot of women, including myself, have struggled with eating disorders, whether I was never hospitalized. It was never to that full extreme. However, it screwed up my head. I believed that I was more valuable as a human being if I was skinnier, and therefore I would eat less. It's like that sucks because food is fuel and that food fuels us so we can do the things that we're here to do in life. And so Emma, I'm just so grateful that you brought that up because I also think it's so important that we take a few moments to acknowledge how are we acknowledging those in our life. I see women look so damn good. They're fit, they're healthy, they're active, and I see that in their body. And I want to tell them that, but I'm pulling myself back from that because I don't want them to identify themselves I'm only good enough when I'm fit and healthy and skinny. I don't want I don't want to add to that dialogue that I know is already occurring in their body or in their mind. So what are some things that we can celebrate about each other that doesn't include how our skin looks, that doesn't include how the shape of our body, the size of our body? How can we celebrate and honor each other without going to physical attributes? You're really glowing today. I can still see that light coming from within you. You seem so grounded. You seem so calm. This is amazing. I'm struggling for some words right now, but think in your own head and comment them in. What are some ways that we can celebrate each other? That doesn't include our physical appearance. For the few of you that are in the intuition series, which is my 5-week intuition program right now that I'm going to be sharing with all of you next month, actually, in that we talk about this concept that our physical being, our physical body is the furthest energetically from our soul, from the truth of who we are. And yet the majority of us are addicted to our physical body. We are addicted to the physical experience. We are addicted to things, to this physical reality. We don't even understand and believe and even consider that there's an energetic experience that's occurring within and around our body. We don't even take time to consider those aspects of why you feel differently around some people and others. And this is all a part of it. We're so obsessed with this. This means everything, to the point where we're going to allow it to bring us down. And I know that I'm not perfect, and I know that I am still going to struggle with this for probably my entire life, but I'm freaking committed to changing the dialogue. And if that means sharing random posts of me in my bathing suit that I feel uncomfortable with, regardless of your thoughts of, but I feel like, man, I kind of wish it was a little different. If that's how I'm going to do it, then that's how I'm going to do it. I don't know. I'm just going to follow my intuition to see what feels right. But I knew sharing this post today was important because I knew that you could relate. And it sucks that you can relate. That sucks. I really wish that wasn't the case. We've got some work to do, ladies. Are you ready? Are you committed? Are you willing to do this work? Are you willing to notice your internal dialogue and ask it to shift? Are you willing to seek support, whether from your friends or your family members, your partner, hiring a coach, whatever that looks like? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to shift everyone that you follow online to only follow body positive people? I did that recently. I stopped following everyone who was all about, tone your waist and lift your butt and all of these pieces. And instead I followed people who just allow their bodies to be their bodies, that it doesn't define them. And they rock it no matter what it looks like, no matter what's going on physically. They're just showing up as who they are. And that has really helped. So, are you willing to be committed? And if you're not, that's okay. The rest of us will commit into this and we will do what we can to help you rise within that, because we're all connected. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful to have this conversation. It's unfortunate that we need to, but I'm gonna keep showing up and keep having this conversation for as long as it takes, as long as I'm able to, and as long as I feel guided to. Emma, thank you for that comment. You were so brave for opening this conversation. Thank you. It doesn't feel like bravery to me. It feels like fucking necessity. But thank you for that. I do receive and appreciate that. Jody, I see your light. I'm gonna go eat a cupcake now. Oh, thank you for that love, Jody. So much appreciated. And Shar, I love you too, my darling sister. That's it for now. I'm going to step off my soapbox and leave you to your evening. If you want to continue this conversation, if anything's coming up from this, comment it in or send me a private message or whatever needs to happen, or have a conversation with your kids or have a conversation with your partner, whoever you need to have that conversation with. Get into a place of loving who you are. Get into a place of loving your body as much as you can, even if it's one tiny step right now. If that's all you can do, please know that that is enough. You got this. I love you.